Hello, Board of Directors. Welcome. I'm Shraddha Mutyal. I'm the Program Manager of at Peninsula Clean Energy, and today I'll be talking about building electrification programs. So today I'll be talking about a program's portfolio and budget, the objectives that drive our building electrification programs, the San Mateo County methane gas usage distribution, the current market conditions for building electrification, go over an example of greenhouse gas analysis, the key market dynamics, and finally, I'll close out with a summary of our current programs. The program's portfolio consists of transportation, resiliency, and buildings. I will be focusing today on the building sector. Within buildings, we have programs that focus both on new construction and existing buildings. For new construction, we have a REACH code program and the technical assistance program. And for existing buildings, we have appliance rebates, a new low-income home upgrade program, and marketing and training programs. The board has approved about $7.3 million for building electrification programs over the next 4 years. This is about 20% of our overall program's portfolio budget. The main objectives for building electrification programs is to promote all-electric new construction and existing building electrification. We want to create initial momentum on building electrification and establish the market. Our programs are also developed to support workforce readiness and development and advance innovative new all-electric technologies. We also want to make sure that our programs are available across all customer segments equitably. The emissions within the building sector are mostly driven by the methane gas used by appliances within buildings. This chart here shows a distribution of the methane gas used in our buildings in the county. Majority of the emissions come from the residential sector, followed by small commercial and then large commercial. Residential space heating and water heating account for 60% of methane gas use within the county. To give you a scale of our building stock, we have about 280,000 total housing units, of which 56% are single-family homes. We also have over 130 million square feet of existing commercial space. I also have here some cost reference for you on all-electric appliances. As you can see, all-electric appliances are more expensive to install than their methane gas alternatives. The current market conditions for building electrification are poor. There's limited product and installer availability. Overall, the economics are poor. The all-electric appliances have high upfront costs and lead to almost no energy bill savings, even though the all-electric alternatives are more efficient than the gas appliances. There's low consumer interest and the market momentum is almost non-existent. This chart here shows an example of heat pump water heater replacements that are needed to be done to meet our 2045 decarbonization goals. The blue bars show new gas water heaters that come online every year. The light green represent heat pump water heaters replacing gas water heaters, and the dark green represents new heat pump water heater installations due to new construction or heat pump water heaters replacing heat pump water heaters due to them reaching their end of life. As you can see, we are starting off with almost no market momentum and almost zero heat pump water heaters replacing existing gas water heaters. There are many market barriers. Initial programs around rebates and contractor trainings can help build some of the momentum. By the next phase, we would need the volume of installations to increase to about 1,000 to 3,000 heat pump water installations every year. Our incentive budgets alone is unlikely to meet this demand, and we would likely shift our rebates to only the low income sector. To drive this increased volume, we would likely need some local policy mandates along with some financing financing programs. By phase 3, we would have to increase the installation volume to 3 to 10,000 units per year. There would likely need to be broad mandates, something similar to burnout replacements, and large large capital fund on-bill financing programs can help implement these mandates. By phase 4, we believe market momentum would have been picked up and there would likely be a statewide mandate, and our incentives will be reduced to a much smaller number, focusing strictly on the underserved communities. Likely by fifth phase, the electric to electric replacements will become the norm and incentives would phase out. There are four key market dynamics that affect building electrification programs: customer awareness, the customer cost, which includes both the upfront cost and the operational costs, workforce and contractor readiness, and the implemented local and state mandates. The customer awareness programs are supported by the marketing teams, and today I will be focusing on the other three market dynamics and the programs that we have in our pipeline. The REACH Code program supports policy development for all-electric new construction and electrification of existing buildings. We have developed model codes for electrifying new construction buildings and EV readiness. We also offer technical assistance to municipal staff for implementation of these REACH codes. We have offered $10,000 in grants for cities to explore the adoption of REACH codes. And we are in the process of developing tools and policy models for electrification of existing buildings. The total budget for this program is $850,000, which includes the $10,000 grants to the cities. This program was launched in January 2019 and expected to continue at least till mid-2022. Next, I'll talk about the Technical Assistance and Training Program. The Technical Assistance Program offers local developers and designers assistance on all-electric building design and retrofitting existing buildings with all-electric technologies. The training program trains local contractors on building electrification benefits and technologies. We offer roundtable events, and we also have a hotline where developers, designers can submit in their queries or request in-depth one-on-one project assistance. For this program, we have a total budget of $450,000. This program was launched in Q2 2020 and expected to go at least until mid-2022. The Heat Pump Water Heater Program. Through this program, Peninsula Clean Energy offers rebates for installing heat pump water heaters in single-family homes. The main aim of this program is to foster market, develop the workforce, and create clean energy jobs. Through this program, PCE offers a rebate of $1,500 for replacing a gas water heater with a heat pump water heater, and up to $1,500 additionally for an electrical panel upgrade if it is required for the heat pump water heater installation. The PCE rebate is layered over the existing regional Bay Rent Home Plus program. The Bay Rent Home Plus program offers an additional $1,000. So by partnering with Bayren, we are able to maximize the rebates to the customer and avoid market confusion. The installation also needs to be done through a participating program contractor. This helps us build a strong contractor network and also ensure quality installations. We have a budget of $2.8 million for incentives over the 4 years to replace about 1,200 water heaters. This program was launched in January 2021 and expected to go until December 2024. The next program I'll talk about is the Income Qualified Home Upgrade Program. This is a turnkey program which will do no cost repairs and upgrades for income qualified single family homes. The upgrades will include at least one electrification measure. The way the program is structured, the PCE rebate will be layered on top of other programs, including energy efficiency and other income qualified programs that the home might be eligible for. We have a goal of 200 home upgrades in 2 years. The program budget is $2 million total, of which also includes a rebate of amount of about $6,500 per home. The home recruitments for this program will begin in Q4 2021. We also have a technology pilot program for a new technology called Harvest Thermal. This technology integrates space and water heating using one thermal storage tank and one heat pump. This pilot will help assess this technology and help in the further developing the technology to address the market needs. The scope of the pilot includes installing the technology in up to 5 homes within the county, support the development of installation guidelines, and provide a detailed assessment of the technology along with an independent measurement and verification report at the end of the project. The total budget for this pilot program is $250,000. The pilot was launched in just last month in Q1 2021, with home installations expected to be done in Q3 2021, and the final report is expected to be published in Q4 2022. And that's all I have. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.